Hello everyone, Xantos here, and welcome to another episode of Overwatch How I Play series. Today we're going to be looking at our next hero up for demonstration, Winston. Now, Winston is another
is the essence of discovery.
solid pick for a tank with some other things such as mobility when it comes to being able to take out further targets. Now, starting with his weapon, which is the Tesla cannon, is something that doesn't do a lot of damage, as you'll see here in a second. It kind of just tickles the target just a little bit, but as you notice, it has, pretty good range there, where you also have to be kind of close up to the person as well, as you can see here. But it's pretty solid damage, and it's consistent because as long as it's within this cone in front of you, it's going to deal damage, where you don't have to really worry about aiming as much as compared to other weapons as too. And as you can also see here, if I could actually get them a little bit closer together, it will do damage based on if there's like more than one target, such as this. So if they're all close together and clumped up, you can actually do a lot of damage in that way. However, more often than not, you'll probably never really see people clumped up that much together, but if they are, you can definitely do a lot of damage in that process just based on, more AoE, more targets, more damage, basically. So yeah, and also, just keep in mind that you have to be fairly close to them. Actually, that's not too far away. That's good, like halfway down the screen almost, which is pretty good. Especially if you don't, if you're just chasing someone like this and just constantly doing damage, you can easily take out a target that way. Also, keep in mind is that actually, I don't know where I was going to go with that. Never mind. Alright, let's go to his next ability, which is his barrier projector. What this does is simply puts a shield on the ground, and just like Reinhardt's shield, it will absorb any damage that comes in, but if you're on the friendly team, then any projectiles that you shoot are going to be able to go through, just like Reinhardt's shield, in a nutshell. It's It does pretty good job at like absorbing damage, but I think they actually kind of nerfed it quite a while ago, where it does like only 600 damage absorption. If I'm saying that correctly, correct me if I'm wrong though. It also has a long cooldown, I believe like 15 seconds there, and it only stays up for a good maybe 3 to 4 seconds. Like so, and then it goes down. And yeah, it's about 13-second cooldown. So it's not something you want to use quite often. You want to use it in critical moments such as McCree's ultimate, or Farrer's ultimate, or Soldier 76 ultimate. Keep in mind though, you probably want to use it instantly when you hear Soldier 76 or Farrer's ultimate, but with McCree's you might want to delay it just a little bit, because McCree can go into, what's it called, Deadeye, for a good while, and if he puts that down too soon, then the barrier will come down by the time he still has his Deadeye up, in which case he'll definitely be able to take out you and your team or anyone that's inside that barrier. But you probably don't have to worry about that too much. More often than not, your teammates will be smart enough to go behind cover and avoid instances like that. So, but yeah, it's also good if you're trying to take a point. Another great use of it is when you're trying to chase down someone else, but you don't want to keep your team like unprotected. And what I mean by that is that his other ability, which is Junk Pack, is a great way to be able to go after targets such as snipers or fast targets like Tracer or Lucio. And what I mean by that, let's just say if there's a sniper up there, I can just simply hit the left shift button, and that'll launch me up here, and I can just start zapping them. And you'll probably end up winning that fight, because if it's a sniper, you know, it's really hard to take down a tank by yourself, especially if the tank is, you know, zapping you with his lightning bolt like this. So it's better to run away from a fight if you end up being one-on-one with the tank, especially if they're at full health. As you notice that Winston only has about maybe 100 armor, which again, thanks to our viewer, it's only about 15% damage reduction in comparison to your white normal health. So yeah, it's but still, he still has 500 health, 400 after his armor, which is still quite tanky, considering maybe not as tanky as like Reinhardt, but definitely up there, like a good second pick, I would guess, would be in the tank department as that goes. But yeah, let's just say that there's a Genji or Tracer or a sniper. You can just simply, you know, protect your team, throw down a barrier, and then go up and start zapping your target. And this is a good way, again, to just keep them, the snipers, you know, from hitting your team and deterring them from actually wanting to snipe in that area and making them either go to a different area or just simply kill them in the process, because you're probably going to end up taking them down if you catch them off guard like that. He can also, like I said before, effectively chase people like Tracer and Genji and Lucio, because his move ability, his shift left click, it's only on a 6-second cooldown, so he's able to do that quite often. So, you know, if you're trying to outrun Winston, good luck with that, unless there's like a lot of areas where you can zigzag between, you know, in suburban areas where you can go like this, then yeah, you can definitely outrun him. But if you're out in the open, like in here, he's probably going to have the upper hand of being able to track you down and take you out. So, what else? So yeah, but keep in mind though that you are the tank, so you do need to make sure that once you're done, you know, chasing the target, you know, if you get away from your team too much, you should really think about going back instead of pursuing the target, especially if you're not having any chance of taking them down fast enough. So, but if you do, leave a barrier, go after them, zap them up a bit, and if they're not going down, then go ahead and go back to your team and continue tanking for them until you're able to re-engage your barrier again. So, yeah, that's pretty much his basic abilities. Let's go on to his ultimate ability, which is Primal Rage. Now, what this will do is put him into a Hulk state, I guess you could say, where he just rampages throughout the area, at which point he will drop his weapon and not have the ability to use his barrier anymore. But he can then use his gorilla arms to basically knock people away. It doesn't do that much damage, but if you get them like trapped in a corner or a wall or something, you can actually probably take them out. But you're probably more effective to just go ahead and knocking them around off points or even off ledges and stuff like that. Also to note, when he goes into this mode, he will also be able to use his jump ability, I think within a 2 or 3 second cooldown, which makes it where you can jump around a lot during that. So let's go ahead and go into primal mode here. So you can see, let's just start knocking them around like that, knocking them off. Yeah, it's like a 2-second cooldown or 3-second cooldown for your jump, and you're just able to do a lot of clearing with that. You also notice that his health as well goes up to, I believe, 1,000, I believe. Let's go ahead and do another ultimate real quick. I'm pretty sure it's 1,000, but I could be wrong.
You are an endangered species.
Just charging up my ultimate. Almost there. Alright.
Survivor.
So yeah, it does take you up to 1,000. I don't know if that's like 200 armor then, or just 100 armor still. But a great way to clear an area, to push people off ledges and what have you. So really good on maps that, you know, where you can actually push people off and whatnot. It's a lot like Roadhog's Whole Hog in a way, but you're able to actually, you know, move during that period as well. And not only that, you have a crap load more health in the process, unlike Whole Hog. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything with Winston. So let's go ahead and go to his pros and cons. Just like any other tank, his cons, such as Bastion or Reaper, can really take out a tank quite easily just because of their burst damage, especially with Bastion. You definitely did not want to go into a fight head-on with the Bastion. I mean, even if you throw your barrier down, he can probably take that out within a second or two if he's like going full auto. And your best bet is just to have your team take him out before engaging him, or if you can, get the jump on him and just hope to God you can actually kill him before he notices that you're on him and just points his weapon and kills you in the process. The like I said though, his little Tesla coil does, you know, just tickles them a little bit and doesn't really take them out as fast. So, you know, if you're on top of Bastion, you could probably do some damage to him a little bit, but more often than not, he's going to be able to focus fire on you quite quickly and take you out in the process. A lot quicker than you would, in other words. So, but people that he was good with, like I said earlier, he's really good when it comes with facing other snipers, you know, because if you're playing a sniper, don't think you're safe just standing up there. You know, he can come up there and just start shocking the hell out of you.
Coming through.
And not worry about, you know, facing the sniper as well, because he's a freaking tank and he's not going to be able to, or they're not going to do as much damage to him like compared to any other squishy target. So, as a sniper, it's best just to disengage and find a different area to snipe from than trying to stick around with that fight. Again, he's also good against people that are fast, like Lucio, Genji, or Tracer, where he can just, especially if they're out in the open, you know, he can close the gap on them really quick and just simply just hold this down and not worry about aiming, really just be within the vicinity and just be able to take them out like so. And again, you know, a Lucio and a Tracer and a Genji aren't going to really be doing much damage to Winston again, since he is a tank. Genji could probably have a little bit more succession with Winston if he gets a lot of headshots with his Shuriken, but more often than not, since he is a lot more squishier compared to the other assassins or offensive roles, he will probably end up losing that fight with Winston, especially if Winston's at full health. He's also good at, he's basically good at taking any healers. Like if there's a healer that's just trying to hide in the back, you know, and trying to get cover from his teammates, you know, you can just simply go back and start hitting him and just start chasing him until he's down. You'll probably go down in the process if you're going against a full group like that, but if you're able to take out their healer, you know, your team could probably do a lot of pushing without that healer there. People that are also bad against, or that are good against Winston, are other tanks. Obviously, again, Winston's Tesla coil, or Tesla cannon, what's it called? Tesla cannon. I mean, it does pretty okay damage to squishy targets, but imagine doing that to a freaking tank like Roadhog or Reinhardt, where it's just gonna be tickling them the whole time, and they're just gonna laugh at you, pretty much. Reinhardt is gonna be able to win that fight easily. Roadhog as well. Zarya, if she has her thing charged up all the way, but more often than not, if you're facing another tank, it's best to just disengage and go somewhere else because you're not going to be able to down them really quick unless they are low on health. So, yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything, his pros and cons. So with that, let's go ahead and get into a game here. Again, I think I'm going to have to reset the search here because every time I go from a training to a quick play, it always messes up the queue for some reason. But as soon as I get out of it and go back in, it fixes it right away. Not sure what that is exactly. It's like we are going to get into a game, which is still finding people. Another thing to note that Winston, just like any other tank or support class, will work with every single map that you come across, being defense, offense, or what have you. Looks like we're just... oh, there we go.
Prepare your defenses.
So let's see what we got here. We got 2 support, Symmetra and a Mercy. Symmetra would definitely be useful at the beginning of this map, but best to change after the first captured point has been captured. Be nice to have like maybe a Bastion or maybe a Sniper. It could work. Looks like we're losing the Mercy for another Mercy. Never mind. Yeah, I guess maybe it would work. This works. It works.
Imagination is the essence of
We just gotta make sure that Symmetra's teleport is up.
A moment to enjoy some peace and quiet. Probably just
And we're not gonna be able to down people as quickly
Excuse me for
with
dropping
the setup, except for maybe with Junkrat and McCree. I don't know. It shouldn't be too bad. So what I'm gonna do is like stand in this area. This will be a nice bottleneck. We'll put my barrier down so my team can actually shoot out of it and whatnot. They have a Reinhardt. It's gonna be really difficult for me, especially also my team as well. Hopefully they have some other tank. I think a Reinhardt would be a really good push with our comp that we have right now.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Alright, Junkrat doing his thing on the left there. We gotta check the right.
we can solve any problem.
Looks like we got a Pharah. And yep, they got a Reinhardt, so this is definitely gonna be a lot more difficult. Oh god. Not sure what was hitting me there. Let's go ahead and push it down and let my team to actually... ow. Okay, they got a sniper, which I should try to probably take care of, but it's not a good time to actually go over there and help. We're just going to continue to hold this kind of spot right here and let our team shoot through the barrier as much as possible. It's really difficult with that sniper up there. I want to go up there and kill him, but I'll definitely die in the process. It's not really worth it at this point.
Very hot.
They're keeping them back somehow, but I think that's going to change pretty soon here, especially with Reinhardt. Oh man, he will pin me there. Ooh, that was close. Thanks to Junkrat there. Looks like we got someone in the back here. Should definitely try to take care of that. Oh, she does use a Justice, wasting it on me alone, which is, I'll take that. I can simply... oh, never mind. I can get revived. That's even better. I was going to say I was going to get into Symmetra's teleport. Try to help my team here. Oh, man. Let's see. Not sure what to go for here. Oh, I just totally got in the corner there. That was not good. Oh, I definitely did not want to face that Reaper one-on-one. And again, they can just take me down really quick like that. Let's see if there's a help in here. If I can get another... there we go. Just waiting for that heal from our Mercies. Still kind of waiting for it, but I guess she's just trying to get everyone else up all the way. Totally missed my jump there. That's alright, he's still backed away, so that still works. Take care of the Reaper there. Still just kind of keep the team back from this point here. Looks like there's someone back here. The barrier will not work against Winston's shield, or his electricity, by the way. God damn it. And that was totally a waste. Yeah. I guess it kind of kept me alive, though, so it wasn't too much of a waste, I guess.
Protect us.
That was kind of a waste of a barrier, though. Still able to keep the team back. Hasn't been easy, to say the least. Let's see if I can help with taking this Reinhardt down. Again, the barrier does not work against Winston's Tesla cannon. Oh, he had to reload, but I need to get back here. Ah, he will down me. Again, it's best to just ignore Reapers or Bastions as much as possible, because if they get their distance on you, you are gonna die. We do have Symmetras to teleport up, so we can get back to the action quite quickly. Try our best to avoid Reinhardt's pin as much as possible. Yeah, I knew he was gonna go for it.
60 seconds.
Try our best to take out their back end as much as possible. Let's go ahead and scare this guy up a bit. Again, did not want to face their Reaper by myself. It's just a really bad decision there. Let's go ahead and put down another barrier here. I'm going to go ahead and get the act here and start harassing their Mercy.
Our defenses will hold.
We'll get their Mercy, and our team will be able to get the Reinhardt, and I think this might be game here.
Barrier up.
10 seconds.
Countdown to defensive
Yep,
victory.
not gonna mess with that, not gonna mess with that. Alright. This might be a game here. Just need to keep them off the point in the process, and we got this.
Victory.
That was a good game.
Play of the game.
And we will give credit to the Mercy. She did do a great job with her role. Oh man, that was pretty good by our Junkrat as well. But yeah, we're gonna give that to Mercy, definitely. She definitely deserves it, I think. Actually, our whole team did really good all together. Really had no complaints with anyone there. Everyone just did their part quite well. So yeah, that's pretty much Winston in a nutshell. He's basically just really good at tanking and, you know, setting up barriers and going behind enemy lines and taking out their heals and whatnot. I didn't really do a good job showing that in this, mostly because if I were to do that in that instance, I would probably be picked off quite easily in the process. So it's good if they're kind of off on alone, or if it's like 2 or 3 people by themselves, but if you're going against a whole group of people, it's best not to go behind enemy lines where they can easily just turn around and pick you off. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. So with that, let's go ahead and see who our next hero is. It's actually going to be the last of the tanking, which is Zarya. So with that, I want to go ahead and thank you all for watching this video, and continue staying awesome, and I will see you next time. Laters.